are driven crazy. Now, my friends, Bianna Pinchuk is going to sing with us one of the most beautiful songs that you all know. Come up here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. This is not time for shyness. And soon you are going to hear from a warrior who fought on October 7th.
Hello, everyone. Hello, New York. My name is Bianna. I'm a singer and a violinist. I'm actually a senior at Indiana University, and I've seen how campuses have changed since October 7th. I'm so grateful to be here right now. And I would like to start by dedicating this song on the violin to, we are in the greatest city in the world, but there is another one, and that is Jerusalem. And that is the city that we are all have in our heart. And this song, please sing along if you know the words. This is Jerusalem of Gold.
If you know the lyrics, please sing along. Jews have to live. Someone left a backpack. Do we know whose it is? Can someone claim a black backpack quickly so we don't have a security emergency here? You gotta move it. You gotta move it now. Yeah, put your phone down, put that flag down, and go get it, please. That was absolutely beautiful. Now, Aidan Golan made the following song incredibly famous. And, Eurovision, we know how much Europe loves us Jews. Not. They made her change the words. You all know this, right? What were the original words? October rain. And what did they have to change it to? Hurricane. Screw you, Eurovision! But we're going to hear the original. Bianca, you are freaking amazing. We're ready? We're singing October Rain. No, Gabe, we're not singing Hurricane because we're not in Sweden, we're not in France, we're not in England, we're in the glorious USA, and it's singing, everybody, USA! 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 USA!
All right. It's October officially. And it's October 7th, so let's all raise our hands together for October Rain. Rise of history, stand with me, look into my eyes and see. People walk away but never say goodbye. Some stole the moon tonight, took my life, everything's black and white. Who's the fool who told you boys don't cry? Hours and hours and flowers, life is no game for the cowards. While the time goes wild, every day I'm losing my mind, holding on in this mysterious ride, dancing in the storm, we got nothing to hide, hanging on and leave the world behind, and I promise you that never again, I'm still waiting from this October rain, October rain. Woo! Put your hands up, New York City! Fantasy, ecstasy, everything is meant to be. They shall pass, but love will never die. Oh, hours and hours and flowers. Life is no game, but it's ours. Why? The time goes wide. Every day I'm losing my mind, holding on in this mysterious ride, dancing in the storm. We got nothing to hide. Take me home and leave the world behind, and I promise you that never again, I'm still away from this October rain, October rain. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was absolutely incredible. Should she have won Eurovision? And Eurovision, if you're listening, when you once again in Europe force Jews to change words to cover our massacres, screw you! I don't care! We make no apologies for being Jewish. We are proud, my friends. Am Yisrael Chai!
Am Yisrael Chai! Am Yisrael Chai!
Am Yisrael Chai!
Am Yisrael Chai!
Bianca, you are really amazing. We're going to try to have you back up before, but now, my friends, very, very special moment. I want you. Guys, on October 7th, my daughter, who's not here, she's in Miami, her husband's a rabbi, they are shluchim of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. By the way, this morning Donald Trump went to the Lubavitcher Rebbe's grave. Everyone saw that? My daughter was in Ashkelon, and bombs falling, and one of our dearest friends, who was one of Israel's most senior commanders, and I want to remember him today, Colonel Roy Levy, who was the commander of Egoz. He was murdered that day. We met him in 2014 because he had sustained a terrible injury. I can't believe we lost him. The fighting on October 7th was so savage. I was there in the kibbutzim a week later. The stench of death was irrepressible. And today we have a soldier who actually fought. And to introduce him, I want to ask my very dear friend, Sam Friedman. Where are you, Sam Friedman? To please introduce Stav, our brave heroic soldier.
Stav Cohen is a dedicated and a courageous soldier who reported for duty on October 7th, as soon as the attacks began. Over the course of 145 days, he fought in Gaza to free hostages and dismantle Hamas. Having lost close friends both on the battlefield and at the Nova Music Festival, Stav continued to serve with immense personal sacrifice. Despite being injured in Gaza in 2014 and recognized as a disabled veteran, his will to fight remains unwavering. Stav embodies the spirit of a true lion, fighting for Israel's security and for our existence. He flew in from Israel just for this, before he reports back to duty in just a few weeks. I'm honored to introduce Commander Stav Cohen.
Why are we all here? We gather tonight in times that the very foundations of our lives as the Jewish nation and allies have been shaken, nearly collapsed. That jolt is not new to our foundations, nor those who took the shot. Just as Kohelet once said, what has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Today, as 3,000 years ago, we're being attacked. And our very existence is in danger. No one will fight this fight for us. And that storm won't pass on its own. As we're engaged in war in 7 different fronts, who all seek to destroy our Jewish state, a new generation is called upon. That new generation is not called upon to restore peace in the Middle East simply because we never had it. That new generation is called upon to be brave enough to make peace possible. That new generation is not reserved for the young ones. It is reserved for all those who seek peace, yet realize that in order to have peace, in order to have light, you must first dispel darkness. It is reserved for all those who value life. Those who value life are right here, paying respect to the victims and fallen soldiers of October 7th. Those who not value life are right there, if you haven't noticed. And on that note, let me quote a Lebanese journalist named Miriam Salah as she mourned on the death of the murderous terrorist Hassan Nasrallah on live air. She said, and I quote, "Today I hereby declare that I, as a mother, wish that God will take my children and bring him back." Ladies and gentlemen, may I thank you for the profound honor of having me in this powerful day. Sir Rabbi, thank you so much. Gabriel. You are the Am Yisrael's ambassadors. My name is Stav Cohen. I'm a grandson to a Holocaust survivor from Auschwitz, son of a 1973 Yom Kippur War veteran, and myself, an IDF elite unit reservist. I'm a legal intern, CEO of 2 nonprofit NGOs supporting Holocaust survivors and people with autism. And of course, I'm an advocacy activist or a truth spreader, just like any other person here. We're all supporters of the truth, of the light, of Am Yisrael. You know, a lot of people thank me for coming here to New York, leaving behind a beloved girlfriend and family. They thanked me for coming to give a speech. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I never came here to give anyone anything. I came here during war to meet my brothers and sisters. I came here to meet my people fighting our war. At the international arena, no less. I came here to share my point of view on October 7th from the battlefield. My friends, on October 7th, a dear friend of mine named Omri Ram was dancing in the Nova Festival, celebrated life. Omri was a true friend of mine. Back in high school, Omri was my savior. When I barely had friends, when I felt invisible, Omri saw me. Omri was murdered by Hamas terrorists. Immediately after he died, 2 of our friends named Tzur and Aviad, who was with him, they had a choice, run for their lives or stay to die. They decided to run, but not before they took Omri's body on their shoulders. They were too slow. They were too slow. Hundreds of terrorists kept coming while shooting anywhere and anyone, yet they refused to leave Omri behind. They got murdered as well. It would be my honor if we could say their names. Omri Ram on 3. 1, 2. Aviad Halevi on 3. 1, 2. Tzur Saidi on 3. 1, 2. On October 7th, Ilan Moshe Yaakov. Let God hear that name. Let God hear that name. Ilan Moshe Yaakov was dancing at the Nova Festival as well. as thousands of rockets are flying over his head, Ilan had a choice: run for his life or stay with his brothers and sisters to die. You know what he did? He took out his phone, just like that, filmed himself, and he said, and I quote, "Israel, I love you, in spite of everything, in spite of all the missiles and sirens. There is no place like Israel. We will never, ever surrender," he said. "We won't give up on our independence, nor our lives." Ilan Moshe Yaakov on 3, 1, 2. On October 7th, a brave young soldier named Tomer Achimas made it first to the front gate of Kibbutz Nirim. There the terrorists spared no lives, and Tomer and his two comrades knew that. They stood, 3 soldiers versus dozens of terrorists. They stood bravely. They stood against all odds. Tomer and his 2 comrades got captured into Gaza's tunnels. It was only after 54 days that his worried family learned that he actually died in that battle on October 7th. And only afterwards, his body has been kidnapped. So we buried some sand tainted with his blood. His father, who I love deeply, Moshe, his father had the most heart-breaking wish. He wished, "Let me bury my son." Over 9 months later, the IDF rescued his body, the wish came true, and there you have it. A 20-year-old, 2 funerals. The horrors did not end on October 7th. It is still going on. Just last Tuesday, the entire state of Israel had to seek shelter. That's 10 million people. 10 million Jews, Christians, Muslims, Druze. We all had to run for safety as Iran, the head of the terror octopus, fired over 180 ballistic missiles on all of our hospitals, schools, assisted living facilities, literally any place and any person in Israel. They targeted the elderly just as much as the young. They targeted the men just as much as the women, the babies as much as the elderly, the citizens as much as the soldiers. Prior to that attack, 2 Palestinians, on the very same day, 2 Palestinian terrorists started shooting everywhere and anyone in Jaffa near Tel Aviv. A young mother, listen to this, a young mother to a 9-month-old baby was nearby when the shooting started. Her name is Inbal. When the bullets started whistling and flying all over the place, seeking to end lives, the young mother had a choice. Try and run for her life or protect her 9-month-old baby. The young mother chose and paid with her life. The baby survived. We're gonna say Inbal, the hero young mother, on 3. 1, 2, Inbal, the hero young mother. The reason that I'm here tonight, my beloved brothers and sisters, is as simple as it's crucial. I came to New York on 4 different flights journey, which lasted nearly 30 hours trip, mostly self-founded, to tell you this story. On January 2024, I was already 3 months into the war. I lost count on how many terrorists tried to kill me, and how many times I almost got shot, or even when was the last time I had a decent meal or a good night's sleep. I have turned into a war machine. One night, We went on an undercover sensitive mission in a place that the IDF hasn't been in for a while. We went after this senior terrorist who had valuable information. We moved quietly as cats, as if each and every one of us were the shadow of the next warrior. One thing led to another. Shots were fired. The senior wanted terrorist got hit from a bullet. I could see this guy bleeding in about 100 feet away from me. And I kept getting massive fire from other terrorists. I didn't want it to risk my life, especially not for a terrorist. But I did it anyway. We got to the terrorist under fire, we dragged them to safety. Then we realized that we don't have gloves. And he's bleeding heavily, we can get infected. We hesitated under fire, wondered what we should do. You know, there is a known quote in Hebrew. It goes, Hakol katuv ve'arashut netuna, which basically means that the future is already written to God, yet the freedom to choose is granted to us. So, we chose in what was already written to God, we treated that son of a bitch because that's what the IDF soldiers do. We value life. And I'm not happy about it. But tell you what, we don't act according to our personal willness, but by morality and IDF values that we sworn to act by. As Martin Luther King once said, you cannot dispel darkness with darkness. Only light can do that. And let me tell you something before I go. That morality, it comes with a price. I fought in Gaza, as Sam told you, in not just this war, but also 10 years back in 2014, Protective Operation Edge. Now, during a humanitarian ceasefire, Hamas has fired at us an RPG, injured badly 2 soldiers that operated D9. We rescued them under fire. I treated Moshiko Davino. You know the rest, right? Moshiko Davino on 3. 1, 2. My friends, if we have one moral duty from all that we've been through, from all the sacred lives we've lost, is this: keep their legacy by remembering them, by celebrating life as we just have with the songs and with a powerful keep celebrating life. And of course, to make sure one thing, and I'll tell you this as a grandson to a Holocaust survivor, to make sure one thing: never again! Never again! My brothers and sisters, it is time to make peace possible. If we wish not to have another war in 10 years, we must do something new under the sun. Step 1, get our hostages back. Step 2, finish the job with the head of the octopus Iran, even if it spits some inks when it's afraid, even if it makes some empty worded threats. And if I can leave you with anything, let me leave you with this. You are fighters of Israel. You are our voice. Your action matters. Your being here matters. Not only because you influence the decision-making of Israel's greatest ally, the United States. Not only because you commemorate the names of our fallen brothers and sisters, but because this reason, when you're praying here, we can hear it in Israel. We can feel it in Israel.
May I thank Melissa Chapman for bringing me here, to the rabbi, to Shai Davidai from Colombia for inspiring me to come, for Dr. Andrew for contributing my journey here. Am Israel Chai. Okay, there's gonna be plenty of time to dance, guys. Hi. By the way, what a speech to both of our presidential candidates. To Donald Trump, who's still here in New York, who probably can hear us. He was at the Rebbe's grave. And to Kamala Harris, who can hear us as well. And she put out a very powerful statement this morning condemning everything that happened October 7th. Say it with me. Stop Iran!
Stop Iran!
Iran wants to kill an American president. Donald Trump, stop Iran!
Stop Iran!
Iran wants to kill an American Secretary of State. You know what I mean? Mike Pompeo, they're threatening to kill him. Stop Iran! Iran is the head of the snake. Stop Iran! Iran threatens the peace of the entire Middle East. Stop Iran! Iran tortures and murders women for showing a strand of hair. Stop Iran! Iran stones women to death.
Stop Iran!
Iran hangs LGBTQ men and women from town squares.
Stop Iran!
Iran is a moral abomination.
Stop Iran!
And with that, you know, I've always believed, this is our final speaker, then we're going to incredible music. You know, I've always believed, of course, that Israel is the ancient Jewish homeland, eternal. The Jews are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. We are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. Read the Christian Bible, we are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. Read the Quran, we are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. Read all the Roman historians, Greek historians, we are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. But I also believe that Israel is not only the great homeland of the Jewish people, I believe that Israel is the great Arab hope. Would it were that our Arab brothers and sisters had the same freedoms in their countries that Arab citizens have in Israel. Would it were that Arab Muslim young women in Gaza could date any man and marry any man they want without being murdered by their brothers or cousins for desecrating their families. Would it were that Arab citizens in Syria or Lebanon or Egypt could vote for their elected leaders without being thrown into jail. And that's why I love my brother Sal. Sal Sinatra, baby. Palestinian American, lover of Israel, lover of the Jewish people. And Sal, as they said about James Bond, nobody does it better. Get up here, Sal.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, just make this. Yeah, good. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay, round of applause for Rabbi Shmuley for putting this whole together. Isn't he cute? They put him on TV. They make him look like he's such a monster. He's a teddy bear. I love him. My name is Sal Sinatra. I was named Sal Sinatra because I do things like fly me to the moon, let me play amongst the stars. But I'm not here as an entertainer tonight. I've written out something because I didn't want to leave anything out. I never really write speeches, but this was so important. I couldn't mess this up. Today, on the first anniversary of the vicious and disgusting surprise attack by Hamas on October 7th on the Jewish people, which any person, it doesn't matter what country you're from, if you have freaking common sense in your head, you don't support it and you condemn it. I stand here unified with all of you and Jews around the world and all those in this world who want peace and safety for both the Arabs and the Jewish people. I come not as an entertainer, actor, author, but as a citizen of this modern world. Here in Hell's Kitchen is where I was raised. I'm a mixed race. I'm part Italian, part Puerto Rican, part Nicaraguan, and part Palestinian. My friends are Jewish, my manager's Jewish, and I don't think you can do pretty much in this world without having a Jew in your corner, you know what I mean? From New York City over here. But yes, I'm Palestinian. And the difference between me and other Palestinians is that I haven't been poisoned by propaganda and lies. Now, as someone who plays a gangster or mobster role in movies like Don Q, I'm actually a nerd at heart. Now, since I was little, I would sit, and my hobby, since maybe 12 years old, was studying ancient knowledge because I love to read. And so, as a result of this, I put together a lifelong work over 40 years, which has led me to know the truth about our situation today. I have not heard anyone say this truth, not on any podcast, not on any media, so I'm here to say this, maybe in my own way for the first time. The truth is, Jewish people going to Jerusalem is not an occupation, it's a homecoming. It's a coming home. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Listen up, my Palestinian brothers across the street. There is a lie perpetrated to our people, the Palestinians, and more so a lie being told to the world, where it has turned into anger and hate against Jews. And if hate for Jews is based on a lie, and I know that it's a lie, with my conscience, and even though I'm a Palestinian, I have a responsibility to tell the truth. And it's, even though it may hurt my own people across the street, it's time for us to grow up and learn this truth. Now, I don't discount the suffering of my people in Gaza. We know it's horrible. But the Jews have been suffering since slavery under the pharaohs in Egypt. This is not about 1948. This is not about 1917. This has been going on for thousands of years. The Jews have been persecuted. The Holocaust was something atrocious. How do I know? Because that's how I met Rabbi Shmuley during the play and the trial of Eichmann. And I saw the footage, and that was a real genocide. People dying because they're in the middle of a war is not a genocide. The Holocaust was an actual genocide. And if you don't believe me, take time from tweeting your hate about Jews and go look at some videos of the Holocaust. Yet Palestinians are angry, as they should be. But the reason why they should be, and the pain that they're going through, wisdom tells us anger is a result of suffering, and suffering must be met with compassion. And over again, Israel has tried to show that compassion and start all over again. And October 7th, it was torn apart. The media outlets like Piers Morgan Uncensored and others say that Israel's response was disproportionate. But when you've been suffering so many thousands of years, what type of response do you expect? Now, is this about who's suffering more? Who has really suffered more? If we're taking a measuring stick, yes, many civilians have suffered in Gaza. But if we want to put numbers on it, the Jewish people have been subjugated for thousands of years since Moses took them out of slavery by God's hand out of Egypt. If you study, you realize that the scriptures, the Torah, the Quran, and the Bible are actually historical documents. With archaeology and historicity of the scriptures, it is no doubt to anyone with a brain that the land of Jerusalem belongs to the Jews. This truth came out in my book, GodTimeTravel.com, in 2017. And finally, Rabbi Shmuley gave me this platform to tell the whole world this truth about the land. No matter if it doesn't please everyone's ears, but don't take my word for it. Don't trust me. Don't trust the Jews. I'd like to quote the Quran. In the Quran, Jerusalem is 100% the land of the Jewish people. And it even doubles down. In Surah 2 and 122, it says, "Children of Israel, recall my favor, which I bestowed upon you and exalted you above the nations of the world." That is from the Quran. According to your own Quran, you should be loving Jews. Why? Because the scriptures say that the Jews will be a light to the world. What kind of people get bombed over and over again, and we're here trying to do music and celebrate and make peace? What kind of people do this? I'll tell you whose people, God's favorite people. And if you don't believe me, you go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Matthew 15 and 24, and Revelations 20 and 12. Jesus was a Jew from the tribe of Judah. Let's get it straight. And so I conclude with two things: the truth and a solution. First, the truth. Iran and Egypt and the other neighboring Arab countries, I tell you this, especially Iraq, and especially the Saudi family, who was really quick to open their mouth a couple of days ago and threaten Israel. The Arabs are sons of Abraham and Hagar. They are the Ishmaelites. They are not Palestinians. Palestinian is a fake name that was taken from the Philistines in 700 to 600 AD. And this history is written in Zechariah 9. This family dispute is built upon a lie, It's built upon a lie that the Arabs' land is in Jerusalem. No, you were left there by the Ottoman Empire. It is not your land. And they're lying to you. Why are they lying to you? Because they want to keep on hating the Jews, and they want to keep saying the Jews are the reason we're bombing because they are attacking Palestine. But I call out Iran as a Palestinian. I call out Egypt as a Palestinian. And all the surrounding Arab countries. What happened? Where's your hypocrisy? Oh, it's worth it to bomb the Jews for Palestinians, but Egypt, you won't open your borders and let the Palestinians in? Do you really care? If it was my brother suffering, I would let him in and figure it out later. The truth is, that land belongs to the Jews, and all Arabs should leave and go to where they come from. Where is that? Iraq, Arabia, and the Arab countries. The Jews have a small strip, and it's in the Quran, it's in the Torah, and it's in the Bible. That land belongs to them. Now, number two, my solution. First, the acknowledgement from all Arab countries, enough lies, that the land of Jerusalem historically and rightfully is the land of the Jews. That's first. For all Arab countries to band together, Egypt in the south open its doors. If you truly care about your Arab brothers, the lie is over. The Palestinians were left in Jerusalem by the Ottoman Empire, and it's time you rescue your own brothers. These are facts. Let the Jewish people live in peace for once in their own land. Arab countries must immediately stop shooting rockets into Israel, and I'm sure, therefore, Israel in return will no longer bomb your countries if you stop the shenanigans. The other surrounding Arab countries should allow Palestinian refugees into their lands. I'm sure that Netanyahu himself and America would help pay for the aid if they agree to the simple facts that the land belongs to the Jews for thousands of years, way before 1948 and any other recent time. I tell the Arab countries, do not be hypocrites. Do not say you're bombing Israel because you care about Palestinians, yet you refuse to give them land and refuge and humanitarian aid. This is the problem. I'm glad I wrote it down. I wouldn't have remembered it. But I'm a Palestinian and a Puerto Rican and an Italian and a Nicaraguan.
And an honorary Jew!
That's right. Shalom Aleichem, Moshe Shores, Moshe Elyon. Let me tell you something. We can find peace if we tell the truth. That land belongs to Jerusalem. It's pretty simple. Anybody with an IQ above 100 can just, take it in their head. It's over. Let Jerusalem be Jerusalem and for the Jews. Let them have their homeland. You're not going to go to Ireland and move in Ireland. Go ahead and try it. Go to Scotland and tell them you want to settle in their land. It's not going to gel. The Arabs have a land. I am an Arab. I am an Ishmaelite. Historically, our lands are Arabia, Iraq, and the Arab lands. The Arab countries need to stop being hypocrites. They want to demonize the Jews. But I tell my Palestinian people out there, if you see this and you hear my voice, it is not the Jews, it's our own Arab brothers who are not stepping in. It's hypocritical, it's a lie, and it's time somebody expose this lie. I want to thank Rabbi Shmuley for having me here. I love him. I give him a hug as a Palestinian New Yorker to one handsome little Jew. Look at him.
And Sal, even though I was with Prime Minister Netanyahu a few days ago, I got to praise him the day that Israel eliminated Nasrallah. You can see the videos. I love Bibi Netanyahu. I've known him for 35 years. But I want Bibi to hear this. This is going to be the first Palestinian Prime Minister of Israel! Because he believes that the Jewish people belong in Israel and it's our land! My friends, okay. Guys, special treat. My son, David Chaim, has two brothers. He can't hang out with them because they're both at war in the IDF. But boy is he a gifted guitarist, and together with Michael Korinsky, he is going to take us out on this unforgettable night with beautiful music. David, you guys are coming up here. Let's go. Let's hear it for David Chaim and Michael. Here we go.
This first song is called Kikar Velecha. It happens to be also the words of one of the 12 passages made by the Lubavitcher Rebbe. So let's go. Sing along. Okay, we're gonna sing Lashir Baita by Isha Ridley. הגיע הזמן להתעורר, וזכותו להתקבל לכל העניין, לא לחפש מקום אחר. הגיע הזמן להשתנות, ולפרוס בתוך הנור, ולרדת, לשקר, חזרה לשכונות. הכל אפשר רק אם נצא, המחפש תמיד מוצא, תמיד הוא נמצא, שם מפצה. לא שמיים מגיענו, וכשהבן לא יצילו, אבא שבשמיים מגיע אפילו. הוא כמו סולח, כמו סולח. ונותן לו לחמיים, את התוך מתקר, בשביל האחרת, וזה הזמן להתקרב, לא לפחד מהצעק, אז לתת להספלתך מכל הלב. הכל אפשר רק אם נרצה, המחפש תמיד מוצא, גם אם הוא נמצא שם שבקצה. שתו שמיים בגיננו, וכשהבן כבר אפילו, אבל שבשמיים מגיע אפילו, אפילו שעשינו משורה. הוא סולח, הוא סולח, מושיט ידו לעזרה, ונותן לו חמה, ולפח לסקר, ולשוב אליו.
Wait. We're going to go with our last song, and whoever wants to... We got 4 minutes. Listen, everyone. Number one. Wait. One second. Wait. No. They're seeking one more song. Hang on. By the way, I am not slapping these home. We have 100 books here. They sell for $35, $20. I'll sign them. But you got to come over. This is a brand new book to defend Israel. Number two, if you want to buy a letter in our Torah, read how beautiful this is. It's dedicated to the 800 people who were murdered, the 800 soldiers in the 1200. And my friends, David Chaim and Mata will take us out. Please use these little slots that you have, these cards. Give us a way that we can... Wait. Thank you to the CSS. Thank you so much, CSS. The Communal Security Service. Thank you, NYPD! Thank you, NYPD! Everyone come up here! Everyone come up here and dance! Let's go!
נחלתנו, לא תיפול כעת רוחנו, מסביב ברזל של חרבות.